I'd like to welcome you to the state softball tournament Division II Single A between Ezell-Harding Christian School, the Eagles, the Lady Eagles, taking on Davidson Academy and the Lady Bears. Ezell-Harding will be the home team in today's winners bracket matchup. Bears will be the visiting team. Christiana Gable in the circle of power pitching today for the Lady Eagles. My name is Jason Charlton. I'll be joined today by Mr. John Sullivan, who was here yesterday and always does a fantastic job. And, John, I'm glad you're able to join us today again.
Thanks, Jason. It's great to be here. Had a great game on Tuesday when the Lady Eagles of Ezell-Harding beat the Jackson Christian School Lady Eagles with a score of 3-2. Look for the same production out of our defense and see if we can get the bats going a little earlier today than we did against the Eagles of Jackson Christian. Up to the plate now, we do have center fielder Alex Gibson as our first batter, and I'll get you the lineup here in just a second.
It is a full count, so the full count delivery from Gable, slapped foul. She stays alive.
Coach Freudenthal has the infield in. This must be a well-known slap hitter or bunter. Even with 2 strikes, he's got the corners in playing pretty tight. See if this defensive shift works well for the Lady Eagles.
The 3-2 just misses off the corner, so the Lady Bears get the leadoff runner on, and the statistics are definitely in the advantage for the Bears. When you get the leadoff hitter on with no outs, more times than not, they're going to score. Let's see if the Lady Eagles can hold them here. They're going to bring in Valerie Rivas from second base. They're pulling Reasonover back at first. Let's see what the Bears decide to do. It is a bunt. It's a good one, fielded by Batson. The throw, great job by Reasonover. She had to pull her foot off the bag to make the catch, but then she was able to get it back on the bag before the runner crosses for out number 1. But she did her job. She advances the runner to second base.
Absolutely. A nice sacrifice there. Piece of batting by Rimbert, but a big shout out to Reasonover there. She stretched that long 6-foot frame, made that play, that throw over by Batson. With 1 out, the Lady Bears are in striking distance.
Fouled back to batter Savannah Peak, the catcher. Going to have some power. If you look at the outfield, you can tell that there's been quite a bit of rain because the outfield has been beaten up in center, left, and right, and still looks to be quite a bit damp. Pulled down the line, stopped by Batson. She throws to first in time.
Wow, what a great play by third baseman Batson. Senior Lauren Batson, number 3, makes a diving catch to the right and hurls that ball over and got her just in time.
Well, I tell you what, had that ball gotten through, that would have been a run. She not only gets her out at first, but she holds the runner at second base. That was a fantastic play.
Sure was, and now with 2 outs, it doesn't look like the Bears may score here.
Darby Raines, the batter. The second baseman takes first pitch strike. This would be a big momentum getter here for the Lady Eagles if they can get out of this with 0 runs. Really try and steal the momentum back. To left field, the catch by
Jamie Smith.
Jamie Smith. And there they go, back into the dugout to see if they can get on the board first. We go to the bottom of the first. The Lady Eagles are coming to bat. We go to the bottom of the first. Lady Eagles coming to bat. The leadoff hitter for actually, John, you want to run down the lineup for us?
Absolutely. We got a great lineup today. The first 3 hitters: center fielder number 4, Brittany Edmondson. Second in the 2-hole, we've got a third baseman, senior leader Lauren Batson. At number 3, a shortstop, 24, Callan Griffin. And then batting cleanup, the pitcher, number 18, Christiana Gable. followed by number 5, the catcher, Jenna Burnett, and she will be followed up by 25, Ashley Reasanover, the first baseman. Edmondson takes a called strike for that first pitch. 7, 8, and 9 batter, we're going to get Armstrong, Samaya Shannon, and Valerie Rivas. Not certain what that order is. Coach Frudenthal said they'd be batting 7, 8, and 9, and when they come up, we'll make sure to announce the correct order for them. But that is Valerie Rivas, second baseman, Samaya Shannon, which will be designated hitting, and then also our right fielder, Allison Armstrong.
It's a good-looking lineup. Edmondson takes strike 2, so the count 1-2 for the sophomore. Watching them take batting practice yesterday, John, and she's a good slide hitter, got good speed, but, man, she can turn on a pitch and absolutely mash it. The wind is blowing in, so probably not a lot of home runs. Ball high, 2-2.
She had a great hitting day yesterday, had a couple of walks and got on and got moved around early, but could only cash in the one run early yesterday. The late game drive was really sparked by senior Christiana Gable with a huge double between center and left field.
Full count to Edmondson. Be great to get her on, John, because you love her speed. You know Frude's going to make something happen to get her around.
Absolutely, and she's got behind her senior Lauren Batson, who's pretty quick on the base path, too. If they can get runners going, they're going to hit them around. We can be sure of that.
The pitcher, Savannah Carr. There's a ball on the field from one of the other games, so we'll take time out for that. Edmondson will step in to receive the 3-2 pitch from Carr. Slap to third base. Edmondson on the way, and she's going to be out.
Ooh, what a close call. Umpire makes a strong call there that she was out. Looks like there was a close tie from our angle, but he clearly had the better look there. Edmondson, with good speed there, almost beat that slap out.
You know, it turns a routine play into a not routine play because of her speed. Brings up Lauren Batson, the senior, made a great play in the top half of the first, if you were with us, to save not only a run, but, you know, to really kind of steal the momentum.
It was. That big out number 2 kept the runner at second, Jason, and from that point, the Lady Eagles could back off a little bit on the infield instead of trying to control the run, make a good play to first, which happened great for us.
Batson takes the pitch low in the dirt. Beautiful morning for softball. Not too hot, not too cold. A little bit of cloud coverage, which is good for us because we're sitting right up top here in the sun.
It has been a good day. The facilities are nice here at SportsCom in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We've been treated very well by all the TSSAA officials. Even Melinda let me borrow her pen earlier.
Base hit up the middle by Batson. It's going to get a single, and which will bring up Callan Griffin. And I'll tell you, John, the only thing that worries me about where we're set up is that we should have brought our gloves today because we are right in her wheelhouse. Watched her take BP yesterday, and she was sending them sailing. And even with the wind blowing in, she can very easily send it out here to us.
I see that happening. I think the one that's really in trouble is our cameraman, Ryan Carter. He may be in for it.
The check swing down to first. That's going to be 2 away. She wasn't able to hold back, and the inside pitch just off the fists and down to first base. It does move Batson to second, so a base hit could score her. She's got pretty good speed. Christiana Gable to the plate.
Absolutely, and this is the situation Coach Frudenthal was hoping for in the first inning, getting his 4-hitter at the plate. She was red hot yesterday with 2 walks and a big hit that sparked the comeback win. Let's look for Christiana to make an early decision on a ball and see if she can turn on one.
We've got another foul ball over here to center field this time, so they will throw it around the horn and over the fence. Very nice. Hit the top of the fence and made it over, so we're back in play.
Gable with 4 strikeouts from the mound yesterday, or the ring of power as you call it. So a good day both offensively and defensively.
Ball hit high to center field, and the center fielder and left fielder, a little bit of miscommunication. The center fielder, of course, has priority, and they collided just a little bit but made the play. We go to the top of the second inning with no score. Going to the top of the second inning, Davidson Academy will come to the plate. Neither team able to produce a run. However, both teams were able to get a runner to second base. So we're probably going to see that a lot today, John.
Absolutely. The Davidson Academy Bears have had a good season. Behind Coach Sweeney, they've had a 33-10 record, which is very similar to the Lady Eagles of Ezell-Harding 30-10 season. Both of these teams picking up a first-game win in this tournament. So this really does turn the tide a little bit to see who's going to be going into the championship game with no losses.
And it's a rivalry game. I mean, you've got both of these teams from the Middle East region, and they're not just – they've been long-time rivals, and the Ezell-Harding Lady Eagles have taken the last two games from the Lady Bears, and so you know the Bears are going to be primed and ready to go. They've brought a good crowd. Ezell-Harding has a good crowd. They're up in the dugout. We're up in the dugout. It's going to be a white knuckler all the way to the end.
It really is. What a great environment to play this ball game today. I suspect these are the two teams that we're going to see in the championship as well.
Called strike. 1-1 count.
This is third baseman Hannah Hoover up to the plate right now.
Swing and a miss. Great job there on that ball. Just kind of tailed away from her. She was looking to pull it, and it just started in center of the plate and moved away and just was out of her reach. Good pitch there by Christiana. 2 strikes, 1-2 count.
Off the end of her bat, right to Rivas, makes the play over to first. Looks like she had a good swing, but she caught the ball just off the end of the bat, knocked the fire out of it, and good play by second baseman freshman Valerie Rivas.
Rivas did a good job there of not trying to catch it on the fly, taking it off the hop. She saw the backspin. It's going to die. Just pick it up and throw it to first. Good job. One away, which brings the pitcher, Savannah Carr, to the plate. Just off the corner.
Defensively, the Lady Eagles have been sound all season. They've got great bats, but I tell you, it's the defense that really holds them in these ball games, and Coach Freudenthal really has them playing at a high level.
Check swing. Didn't go around. I was going to check and see if they would look down to first base. They are.
No appeal. All the appeals there.
No go.
They must have heard us from all the way over here.
They did. They've got something in their ear. Apparently, they've got our feed.
I don't blame them. I think we're being broadcast all around the world, Jason.
We're big time. This is going viral. The swing and the miss, 2-1. We have had some Davidson Academy folks ask us for the link to our page, so we know that some Bear fans are watching, and we're glad that you're tuned in. We'll try to be as unbiased as we can, but probably not going to be perfect, so please forgive us. But we do have a lot of respect for your great school and what you guys stand for, and so we will try to be unbiased.
Absolutely. Welcome to the coverage for those of you from Davidson County that are tuning in today.
The strike 3.
Big strike out there for Gable. She had 4 on Tuesday. That's her first one of the day for out number 2.
John, you look at the defense here. This gives you a chance to kind of look at the future of the Lady Eagles. You've got at the corners, you have seniors, Reasonover and Batson, and, of course, Gable, the pitcher. But when you look at the rest of the lineup, there's only one junior there, and the rest are sophomores or freshmen. The future's bright for the Lady Eagles.
Really is, and I know we've got some great 8th graders coming up to the freshman class, a couple of prospects coming in that are going to start as new students. I see this being another dynasty couple of years for Coach Freudenthal and the Ezell-Harding coaching staff.
Coach Freud with 12 state titles. He has run out. He is starting to put rings on his toes, and we would love to give him that 3rd toe ring. A base hit out to center field off the fence, and it's going to be one of those extremely long singles. Just about, it hit right in the center of the center field fence. Good piece of hitting there by the right fielder, Maddie Woodis. And again, John, I'm still getting used to these singles off the fence.
Absolutely. You would think that she would have taken 2, but Edmondson with a great play takes the ball off the bounce, fires it into her cutoff man, and keeps the runner at first.
It kind of ricocheted, kind of like a trampoline off the fence and comes back to Edmondson. If it had struck one of the poles, it could have ricocheted to the right or left, and that may have allowed the extra base.
It could have. We'll see if that comes into play throughout the day.
First pitch strike on the batter, the first baseman, Alana Anderson. Foul tip.
That's a good follow-up pitch by Gable there. She hit her with some off-speed on the first pitch and followed her up with a fastball, and Anderson unable to catch up to that pitch. It's a great piece of throwing there by Gable, and a great call by catcher Jenna Burnett.
2 strikes, 2 outs. So let's see if they can keep the long single from hurting them. Christiana Gable looking to deliver here to Alana Anderson. The runner goes, the throw down in time.
What a great throw. Jenna Burnett with a cannon from behind home plate. What do you think about that coverage by Callan Griffin?
I tell you what, John, she got there right in time. Both she and Rivas had late breaks because the batter was swinging, or not swinging, but the pitch was difficult, and they got a late break. But the throw, I mean, Jenna did exactly what she should have done. You have to throw the ball and trust that your middle infielders are going to be there, and they were.
Absolutely. What a great throw by Burnett. That's going to be the end at the top of the second. We'll be right back. The game if you.
We're back live, top of the third. It's difficult for us to know when we go live, so you may hear a little side chatter, and that's okay. We talk a lot.
We do. It lets you into the minds of John Sullivan and Jason Charlton. That's maybe a little scary when you think about it. Free access into the brains of the two of us.
A lot of people think there's nothing in there, but there is.
There's a little bit. I think there's a little bit.
Jenna Burnett, the sophomore catcher, to the plate. She fouls it back. John, if you think about that, the base hit by Maddie Woodis a while ago, the wind, if you're looking at the flag, it's blowing straight in, and she just about knocked that one out of the park in dead center.
She really did. She's got some power, probably to both sides, because if she can take it deep to center field like that, she may be trouble for us for the rest of the day.
Well, and she's the number 7 hitter in the lineup. That tells you how deep this Davidson Academy lineup is.
Absolutely. Much like Ezell-Harding. Yesterday we had Samaya Shannon take a ball deep. We had Ashley Riesenover take balls deep. From 1 to 9, you never know who you can rest on. And in the case of these two teams, you really can't sit on anybody.
Jenna Burnett falls behind in the count 0-2, but she has gone up there hacking. She has fouled away the first 2 pitches. Ball 1 outside. Good eye there.
I want to give a shout out to all of our friends from Ezell-Harding Christian School that are listening. I want to say hello to Miss Phillips, Miss Workman, and those in the middle school who are tuning in that couldn't be here with us today. We're glad you guys are tuning in and listening to us.
Burnett fouls it back again. She stays alive. Good piece of hitting there. Crowd continuing to fall in. We have Manland behind home plate. A lot of our parents get foul out of play. People scattering everywhere, and it makes it over to the other field. You know, that's going to happen on every field. Foul balls and
it is. We've got about a 15-foot sidewalk between the fields, and anything that goes out of play could take a hard bounce off that asphalt and end up in the other fields. So we had several times that we had to pause play on Tuesday, and suspect we'll have the same thing.
Burnett is staying alive. 1-2 the count. She's a fantastic-looking softball player, John.
She really is. She's got a great build behind her. She's strong in the legs and in the core, which is what you want out of a catcher and out of a middle of the lineup hitter. I know she plays travel ball, year-round ball. She's just really dedicated to the sport and dedicated to her grades. We're proud to have her as a student at Ezell-Harding.
2-2. Strikes her out.
Good off-speed pitch there.
Great pitch. And again, just like Christiana was throwing, started at the center of the plate, and it just tailed away from her. And a great pitch and a strikeout to start the bottom of the second for the Lady Eagles. Brings up Ashley Riesenover, the first baseman.
Riesenover kind of struggled hitting yesterday, had a couple of long foul balls, even one that cleared the fence, but I don't know that she reached on a single or a walk, so she'll be looking to rebound after that on Tuesday with some good defensive hitting to get today against the Davidson Academy Bears.
First pitch strike. Carr at this point has really stepped up to the challenge. She's taken 2 defeats from the Lady Eagles, and she is locked in and pitching a really good softball game. Reasonover, shortstop, backhands it. The throw over to first, not in time. Reasonover on with a single.
Great piece of hitting there. Reasonover drives the ball through the gap between third and shortstop. That ball nearly got through. Shortstop with great range made the stop, but not in time to stop Reasonover attempting for first, and so she's in safe.
Those long strides really help out on your way to first, don't they?
Absolutely, absolutely.
The batter,
Allison Armstrong,
number 42.
right fielder.
With one down, I'll look to see if Freudenthal, even with one out and a runner on first, sometimes will like to bunt just to get a runner to second base.
Happened a couple times on Tuesday. Yeah, he will have one out or no outs, a man on, put a bunt down to sacrifice to move a runner, and then you've got runner in scoring position. It seemed to work out for him a couple of times on Tuesday, even in the low-scoring affair that we had that day.
I tell you, you look over at Freud and you think, oh, there's the bunt, fouled away. You look at Freud and you imagine somebody like a John Wooden that's just been, I mean, he knows exactly what he's going to call because he's been in every situation you can think of, and it's just great to have somebody that seasoned, and you know, because the girls respect him. He has a great history. He is a legend across the state, and you just look down at third base, you feel real comfortable with his leadership there.
You really do. Some coaches in situations have to imagine what they do. There's no imagining for him. He's been there and has had every situation brought to him. And as you've mentioned earlier, the 12 state titles, he knows what he's going to do. So with a lot of confidence behind the Ezell-Harding faithful for sure.
The ball is dropped. Reasonover to second base. And the throw's in time. Reasonover did the right thing. She didn't want to get doubled off first. Maybe she could have been a little bit further off, but the ball was dropped, and Armstrong does remain on first base, but Reasonover was thrown out in the force at second. Valerie Rivas comes to the plate.
A great play there made by Carr, the pitcher, to get to that ball, and great awareness once she dropped it to turn around. Knew the runner at first would be safe, turned around and made the throw to second. A good play up the middle to dig that ball out of the dirt. Great play by Davidson Academy there.
Rivas to the plate, 2 outs. Rivas, base hit up the middle. That's going to take Armstrong to second. First and second with 2 down. With the batter, Samaya Shannon coming to the plate. You know, John, we were talking about Freud. There's not a situation that he's not ever been in, but I will tell you, if we have to, I tell you what, when we go to the next inning, something happened yesterday. Freud told me about at practice that he had never seen before in a softball game, and I'll tell you what it is in the top half of the third.
Stay tuned for that. I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
Call your friends, call your neighbors.
Absolutely.
Tell them to tune in for the story of the year.
Shannon takes ball 1 in the dirt from pitcher Carr.
To second base, over to first. 3 away. We go to the top half of the third inning. We're still scoreless. We'll be back. We're back. We're at the top half of the third inning. We're scoreless. And I imagine, John, unless the floodgates open, it's going to be a low-scoring game.
Looks like it. The Lady Eagles only facing 7 hitters now. We've had 4 and then a 3 up, 3 down. So the Lady Bears have not even gone through the lineup yet, and we are in the top of the 3rd. So great defensive stands by both teams.
Leading off for the Lady Bears. Looks like number 4, and I don't have a number 4 on here.
That's not what I'm showing here. 17 first baseman Anderson should be up to the plate because she was stranded from the stealer, from the lady who was caught stealing earlier. So not sure what to say there.
We may have a substitution, and they just
number
haven't communicated
4, Kelsey
to us.
Thompson, is who appears to be up at the plate.
Strike 2. She falls behind 0-2 to Gable.
May have had a defensive switch, so we're going to go ahead and change to Kelsey Thompson, first baseman, to the plate.
The 0-2 almost went around. Might want to check that one as well, and he will, and she did not. Good communication. Sometimes the ump behind the plate does not like to ask for help, like men who don't like to ask for directions.
I understand that. Want to make sure they got it right. To this point, both calls have been confirmed, though, so no problem in asking.
3-man crew here today, as there always is in the state tournament. The 1-2, low, 2-2.
I get the sense that senior pitcher Christiana Gable is not wanting to just deliver up strikes over and over. She had several swings on Tuesday out of the strike zone, and she has a plan and plenty of arm to do it. So you'll see her methodically work through these batters, keeping them guessing as to what's coming.
The 2-2, pop to shallow left field. Jamie Smith on to make the catch, 1 down.
Great range there by the freshman Jamie Smith. Good communication, too, between the shortstop Callan Griffin and the left fielder Jamie Smith. Smith called her off. Would have been a tough ball to get to by Griffin, and a great play by the freshman there. You know, not only is she a great fielding defender, but she has a great arm, too. I know she's had several assists. On Tuesday, she had a big assist from left field to home, threw a runner out just after a ball hit at the feet of the left fielder Jamie Smith. So great defensive player for her. Even though to this point she's not having bat in the lineup, we assume that very soon she'll be at that point too.
Absolutely. She does have a cannon. She threw, actually, she's the last out of the sub-state. She threw the runner out at home from left field. The slap hit is caught by Rivas, 2 down. Go ahead and quickly tell you the story, John, before we head to a commercial break. Yesterday in Davidson Academy's game against USJ, there was a runner at third. There's a line drive that hit the bag, ricocheted off the bag, and hit the runner. What's the call?
That's a tough call there because you have a couple things in play. First of all, if a ball hits a runner, it's a live ball and they're considered out. But you look at the ricochet situation off of the third base or the whatever base it did hit, you wonder if it's been impeded in some way. So I say the call would probably be the runner is considered safe and they just advance 1 base, but I'm not sure what the call was there.
It was a live ball. The rule is if it hits the runner in foul territory, then it's a foul ball. If it hits him in fair territory, the runner's out.
Correct.
But after the ball has hit the bag, it has established itself as a fair ball. It has already passed the bag in theory, and it just ricocheted off the runner. They just considered it to be a fair ball. Now, I told Fruit I'm not sure that they knew what the rule was.
Sure, they probably had to pull the book out and look and see how that worked.
A lot of times, if you just call whatever you call with authority, nobody will question you. So
absolutely. That's an interesting call. I've never heard of that either happening, but very likely you could see how it could happen. And so the runners were able to advance and play was just live from that point.
That's right.
That's interesting.
3-1, the slap in the gap. Edmondson cuts it off, so the runner holds at second base. The errant throw, but just the fact that she got to the ball and cut it off holds the runner at first.
She comes up hobbling a little bit. She may have turned her ankle getting to that ball, but I think she's okay. She's got a long reach, too, with that long glove. She was able to cut that ball off and make a quick throw. Had that gotten through, that would have been for extra bases. And as in softball is, typically once you get running, you don't typically slow down with the short base paths.
That was Alex Gibson with a slap hit almost in the gap, which will bring up Michaela Rembert, the left fielder. She tries to slap, nothing doing. Jenna Burnett, just like she should, comes up looking to throw in case Gibson tries to run.
Let's see if she goes behind her. I know she did that a couple times on Tuesday. With the left-handed batter at the plate, harder for her to make that throw. But Burnett's shown she's not afraid to make that throw.
I tell you what, I love to watch what all the other players are doing. Allison Armstrong, after every pitch, is running over to first base to back it up, because if the throw gets through and Armstrong is not there, Gibson is going to score from first. The bunt, fielded, the throw, not in time, runners on first and second. A little bit of small ball here for the Lady Bears. They have something going with 2 on and 2 out.
I sure do here. That was a great little slap bunt there. Third baseman Batson was not playing up necessarily. She was in normal position, had great range to get to it, and made a great throw, but it was not in time to catch the runner Rimbert going to first base.
In the game against Jackson Christian a couple of days ago, the way they scored their 2 runs was playing small ball, and so the Ezell infielders are going to have to be alert.
And that'll do it right there. Fly ball between Rivas and Griffin. Authority there to shortstop Griffin. She takes that play, makes sure she doesn't drop it, holds on to it, and that'll end the inning for the Lady Bears of Davidson Academy.
Bottom of the third, 0-0. We'll be back. We go to the bottom half of the third inning, still scoreless. Lady Eagles with the top of the lineup, Brittany Edmondson, and again, John, 2 runners on for the Lady Bears in the top half of the third, but nothing doing.
Absolutely. We've had a lot of runners left on, a couple of chances that are missed. While we've got a break in the action, let's just give a shout-out to our crew that we have here working with us today. 3 graduating seniors on their way to college. Ryan Carter, Matthew Williams, and Andrew Joyce helping us out. They've been a big help to this program all year.
They sure have. They have been clutch with all of our broadcasting needs, as well as August Wiles and Chris Murrian have just been stellar. But these guys, even postseason, these guys have their diploma. They could just write us off into the sunset, but they stick with us and are really helping us out. We could not do it on our own. These guys are fantastic. 1-1 the count on Edmondson. Infield is in, looking for the slap. Ball outside, 2-1. Be great to get her on again.
It would. She has a great eye, too. I would imagine it would be difficult trying to judge a ball or a strike while running toward that ball, and Edmondson does a great job doing that.
2-1. The changeup, which is what you want to throw a slap hitter, because it's hard to just wait back. The 2-2 count. She'll probably will turn more into a hitter than a slap hitter with 2 strikes. The 2-2. And she drills
Ripped it. That's
going to be at least 2, maybe 3. She rounds second base, and she's going to be waved on, and she is going to be in with a leadoff triple for Brittany Edmondson.
What a great hit there. Great piece of hitting with 2 strikes on her. The left-handed center fielder rips the ball in the gap between right and center field. That ball one bounce to the fence and doesn't spring off like it did for the Lady Bears. And just like that, the Lady Eagles are threatening with a runner in scoring position.
Lauren Batson to the plate. The corners are in. Edmondson at third. No outs here in the third. First pitch strike.
And you can see the aggressive nature of Edmondson on third. She's getting a hard lead. She's expecting a ball to be in play, and you know she's going to want to be home on it. Great bit of base running for her, too. She could have stopped it, too, but looked to her coach to come for three, and with great wheels beat that out.
The fly ball is going to score. Edmondson to tag. She's going to score easily, and the Lady Eagles take a 1-0 lead.
Great piece of hitting there by Batson. She didn't have to hit a base hit. She just knew she had to hit one long, and she does with a long fly ball. A good sacrifice there. It doesn't even hurt her average, so she's still batting 1,000 on the day there. Great piece of hitting.
One of the things I really enjoyed watching yesterday during their BP is it was not just a matter of them getting up there and getting their cuts. The coaches were giving them situational hitting, 2-strike hitting, 3-1 count. So the girls have been trained on what to do in situations. In this situation, you've got to lift one over the heads of the infielders so that Edmondson can tag.
It was a great bit of hitting there. Big shout out to senior Lauren Batson, who put that ball deep into play so that the runner could score. And she did standing up. There wasn't even a play at the plate there. She did exactly what she was brought to the plate to do.
Callan Griffin, of course, this is when we put on our helmets and our
our gloves and shin pads. And we are, even though we're not in the field, we are at play here because this could come screaming at us.
I still have never understood why Frood, when she gets up, does not move into the grass.
He's a brave man.
One down. Lady Eagles jump on the board, 1-0 here, bottom of the third. Callan Griffin, the junior, to the plate. Change up in the dirt.
She saw a bunch of change-ups on Tuesday, Jason. I think the pitchers realize if they give her anything with heat on it, she's going to turn on it and rip it through a gap or rip it over the fence. And so she's seeing a lot of off-speed, keeping her guessing.
Tell you, she has really fallen in love with that pitch up around the eyes. She loves to turn on it. And honestly, and I think she would say this too, she has struggled in the postseason a little bit, so she's trying to find her groove here in the last 2 games of the season and really start hammering the ball like she has all season. The signee with Tennessee Tech takes ball 2. She is such a competitor too, John.
She really is. She has kind of the whole package. She can hit defensively. She can hit for power. She can hit for contact. Just right on cue, drives the ball off the center field fence, takes a hard bounce. The center fielder can't get to it and make an easy play. Callan in with a double. Great piece of hitting there.
And, John, that ball barely got above our heads and almost made it out in dead center field.
Sure did. I think she got every bit of it. It just didn't have the lift to it. But I think that's exactly what she was hoping to do. And right on cue, Coach Sweeney in to make a switch defensively, and I think it will be for the pitcher position. She's going to sub in. Looks like number 20 on her lineup. Number 20 would be Savannah Carr.
Actually, Carr's who started the game as pitcher, so she had changed pitchers, trying to mix it up a little bit, and that has not worked well for her this inning, so she's putting Carr back in.
I would say it has not. With runners now at second base and a 1 run on the score, I would say probably it's time to make a switch here.
You never know why coaches do what they do. You wonder what the conversation was in terms of why pull Carr if she has shut out the Lady Eagles the first 2 innings. Maybe she may have twisted an ankle or hurt something.
Could have been, or could have pitched late yesterday and
right.
Didn't have all the gas. And at this point, Coach decides it's time to go back with his ace.
You do wonder if the Lady Eagles have an advantage with having the day off, a day of rest. Davidson Academy having to play yesterday and today. Christiana Gable takes strike 1.
And that's the benefit of being the 1 seed. You play the first game and then you have a break there.
Callan Griffin standing at second base with the double. Christiana Gable looking to drive her in. Lady Eagles have got it going here in the bottom half of the third.
Gable looks at the ball outside. A good call by the home plate umpire. And you see, Jason, Griffin is being very aggressive on the base path. Every time that pitch comes in, she's taking her lead almost to where the shortstop is standing. Any ball on the ground, she's going to be gone. Any ball deep, she's going to get back and tag. So look for real aggressive base running here from Griffin.
Gable,
that's
out
us.
Here.
Watch it!
Home run!
Christiana Gable almost picks us off from the scaffolding.
We were ready, man. We were ready to catch it.
Our cameraman, Ryan Carter, had to duck his head because that one was screaming over his right shoulder. That ball did not land until it was almost to the baseball fence. What a great shot there by senior Austin P. signee. Going to be going to play in Clarksville this year. Christiana Gable scores 2 on that shot.
So Carr comes back in, and the first batter she faces sends one over the fence. Ryan Carter's stomach is now up in his throat, as is the rest of us. We were going to save you, Ryan. We had your back. He doesn't believe us.
Doesn't believe us. Carter, not usually a man of many words, but that one, I could tell, got his attention. I say, Jason, for the championship game, we're going to need to bring our gloves if we're going to sit here again.
Well, I tell you what, I would love to see the replay on that because that ball was coming right at our camera. Jenna Burnett, Lady Eagles, have it going 3-0, and Jenna Burnett steps in with 1 out to keep the rally going.
Another of the left-handers in the lineup. We've got Edmondson and Burnett both hitting from the left-hand side.
Burnett fouls it down the left field line, out of play. She's got some power too. Watching her hit yesterday, she sent 3 over the fence in a row.
And she's young. She's just a sophomore. Coach Frudenthal's happy to have her for 2 more years after this season. So we talk of the program. You talk of the program. It's more than just a player, more than just a team. It's a full program that we have going here.
Another base hit to right field. Lady Eagles are they have just stolen the momentum. Not that really anybody had the momentum, but they have gathered a full steam. 1 out, 1 runner on brings Ashley Reason over to the plate.
Reason over with a single in the first inning, looking to duplicate that. She's hit well in this tournament. Did not reach base on Tuesday, but made connection just about every time.
She bunts. Nice bunt there. Reason over down to first. 2 down. Burnett to second.
Great sacrifice bunt there by Reason over. Moves the runner and gets Ashley Armstrong into the plate to try to make a play for this runner. I love the selfless nature that these ladies have. Reason over is a senior. She could have wanted to swing away, but instead she takes one for the team, lays a perfect bunt down to move the runners, and see if the next hitter can do something with it.
That's senior leadership right there. Ball 1, 2 down, runner at second base. 3-0, Lady Eagles.
Armstrong reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. It was a great play, but got thrown out to the second base. Right on cue, she pops up to the third baseman, and that will end the inning for the Lady Eagles of Ezell-Harding, but not before the damage is done. With a huge 2-run shot from Christiana Gable, brings our score at the end of the 4th inning. 3-0, Ezell-Harding. We'll be right back.
Top of the 4th inning. Lady Bears to the plate. Great half of the inning there for the Lady Eagles, John.
It sure was. I was thinking about we're going to have to put a new purchase order into the business office to replace a camera for that one. That ball was charged out here and coming right at us and just missing us, flying over the right shoulder of our cameraman, Ryan Carter. Gable with a nice piece of hitting there. And good to have base runners so it counts for double. So what a great half inning for the Lady Eagles.
Such a great half that I've kind of gotten choked up, John.
I know. It's emotional watching this all happen. Gable on the tournament so far has only had 1 at-bat that she has not reached, so great piece of hitting for her there.
The goal now is, John, to throw strikes, let your defense work. Mix up speeds a little bit, but throw strikes. They can put the ball in play. The changeup. Good pitch there, a little bit low. 1-1.
Some of the student section from Davidson Academy have shown up for this game a little bit late, but they are in full force wearing white today. That pitch in there for a strike from Gable, which will bring us to a 2-1 count to the hitter, Raines. Raines flew out in the first inning but made good contact.
Fly ball, Jamie. She's got it. 1 down.
Great range again from the freshman left fielder, Jamie Smith. In foul territory, makes the grab, so wouldn't have counted if it landed, but good range for her to get over there to that ball. If you're tuning in from Antioch, Tennessee, or from North Nashville for Davidson Academy, we want to welcome you to our broadcast and our coverage of this event of the TSSAA State Softball Tournament. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Foul ball, Rivas under it. 2 down. John, just looking out here today, you can tell me how it was the other day. Seems, at least on the softball side, we seem to be the only group out here broadcasting.
It really does. I'm not seeing others. And the other day when we were here, we were the only school broadcasting here. But, we are all about the athletics and academics at Ezell-Harding, but even the extracurricular. This has been a great club and a great class for the students to be a part of, and I'm glad we're continuing that in the future.
It is such a blessing to be able to, know that folks across the country literally are tuning in and watching your programs. And as we mentioned during the sub-state, we've had folks contact us, some military from Afghanistan who've been watching it, some parents traveled over to London and missed some ball games but tuned into some of our broadcasts. It's just a wonderful opportunity to be able to reach around the world to wherever our fans are, and we do indeed have fans and alumni all across the country.
Absolutely, and now would be a good time to just mention the Alumni Association that we do have at Ezell-Harding. We do have alumni all across the United States and internationally as well, and so if you are alumni tuning in, we want to say a big thank you and welcome to the coverage, and we're thankful for your partnership and what we do in the mission of Ezell-Harding. We are joined today by 3 of our camera crew and film crew that are Ezell-Harding alums as well. So
4 if you count me, John. You're not counting me?
Absolutely. Got to count 4. 3 recent.
3, yeah, I'm not recent. Foul ball down that field line. It's going to stay 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-2 count. So deuces are wild on the board. Wind still blowing pretty hard, almost straight in.
I'm not going to complain, though, because the temperature got up into close to the 80s, but with that wind, it's kind of cooled us down a little bit, and very comfortable to sit out here and watch this ball game.
Base hit into left field. Smith one-hops it, throws it into second base, a single, 2 down. And again, she's given up 2 singles in the last couple of innings, but both of them have been with 2 outs.
And you think that pitch may have gotten away from her a little bit right at the chest of the batter. Woodis, she makes a great swing on it, and she will take a courtesy runner now in run for her. It looks like number 23 from Davidson Academy. I don't have a 23, it may be 25, Katie Spear, the freshman third baseman.
Actually, this is Woodis currently. That was Savannah Carr with the base hit.
Correct.
Number 1, Woodis. And Woodis, her last time up, sent it over the center fielder's head and up against the fence. So she has a hot bat today. Let's see if she keeps it going. Pitch high. Burnett comes out looking.
She looks ready to throw, doesn't she? That freshman, I can imagine her eyes were about as big as golf balls when she saw that big catcher come up ready to throw.
Burnett is tough behind that plate, man. She can do it. She's got a good arm, and she's just aggressive. She is exactly what you look for in a catcher. Check swing, fielded by Gable to first, not in time.
I just got to talk about the fielding again. Once again, what a great play. It was a blown-up play, and we couldn't get the ball over there. Batson tried to, but the third baseman came to make the play, and once again, right on cue, left fielder Jamie Smith covering third base to keep that runner from advancing. These ladies are very well disciplined in their fielding.
Absolutely, and you give that credit to their coaching. I mean, because it is definitely something to where that's not something that just happens naturally. That has to be coached. 2 runners on with 2 outs.
Ezell-Harding has faced this sort of scoring position today and have come through, and every time keeping the Lady Bears off the board. Let's see if the senior Gable and the seniors at the corners can get this fielding team ready defensively to shut this inning down and get out without any scores against us.
John, that last ball had some crazy spin on it, and it just kind of ricocheted off of Gable, and Batson was there to make the play, just not in time. Strike one. Anderson looking to put Davidson Academy on the board here in the top half of the fourth. Strike two, 0-2 count. Good job there. Nice pitch. Paint the corner there by Gable.
Anderson's first at bat today. She was subbed in for Thompson in the first inning, who flew out, and Anderson getting her second at bat today. Tough play there. The infield was back to cover for a long swing. That ball popped up just short. Freshman Valerie Rivas makes a play to it but can't get there in time, and so the ball lands at the feet of the second baseman, and the runners do advance. So here with 2 outs, the Lady Bears with bases loaded.
And who at the plate?
Shortstop Thompson up to the plate. She flew out in the first inning. So she's 0 for 1 on the day. Left-hander, you see that the infield is in, expecting either a bunt or a slap.
Strike one. It's what Gable needs to do right here. Make her put the ball in play.
Absolutely.
I do wonder, even though they have good speed in the outfield, I do wonder if the outfield may be playing a little bit too deep for the ball to drop, maybe right in front of their feet.
It's a good question there. Gable getting ahead in the count with strike one, but follows up with the ball to even the count. Let's see if she tries to get ahead of her here and catch her on a pitch outside of the strike zone. With the 1-1 to shortstop Thompson, Gable comes set.
To center field, Edmondson in for the grab, and so the Lady Bears strand the bases loaded, and the Lady Eagles get out of it. I mean, John, you could see the Eagle fans over there were just kind of holding their breath, with bases loaded, but we get out of it with no damage. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Lady Eagles 3, Lady Bears 0.
We'll be right.
Bottom half of the fourth inning, leading off for the Lady Eagles, number 10, Valerie Rivas. John, we were holding our breath there, trying to get out of that inning with no damage, and we were able to do it.
Sure was. And once again, it's great coaching there to keep the ladies from making the damage any worse than it was. They left everything to singles, no overthrows, no misthrows, and just let the game work itself out, let the game come to them. And as it did with 2 outs, hitter made a good hit, but Thompson there, Edmondson there in center field to make the grab.
The winner of this game makes it to the championship game tomorrow at 10 o'clock. The loser plays this afternoon at 4 o'clock for an opportunity to make it to the championship round. But the advantage of winning today, John, is you have to be beaten twice in the championship.
Double elimination tournament here in the state softball tournament. So whoever wins this ball game will enter the championship game with a little grace, the ability to drop one and still come out as a champion.
Valerie Rivas takes one off the shoulder, so the leadoff runner is on.
Brings up our 9th hitter, Samaya Shannon, junior out of Antioch. I was able to sit in on the post-game meeting from the coaches and the players Tuesday after the game, and they're not even thinking about what if we lose one. They're not even thinking about a grace game.
Nice catch there by the first baseman. The throw back to first, not in time. and Rivas is going to advance to second base on the errant throw. It was a great idea because Rivas thought the ball was going to fall, so she was chugging it to second base and had to put on the brakes.
Absolutely. It was a great play by the left fielder for Davidson Academy, number 15, Michaela Rambert. She had great range to get to that ball. That ball really was driven in the gap, but cut off by the left fielder. She makes a great throw over to first to try to get behind the runner, but unable to do so, and with that overthrow, Rivas able to take second.
It was a great catch, and you can tell that Rembert has a fantastic arm to make a throw over there to first base.
Really was.
Just about. I mean, a good throw may have had her.
Absolutely. It's just the same distance from here to home plate from her angle, and I imagine she's made that throw to home many times, and this play over to first base was a great one.
Edmondson takes ball, 2-0 the count. Rivas at second. Another opportunity here for the Lady Eagles to score. Edmondson sits on a pitch, drives it to the gap, and it's going to bounce one hop off the fence. Rivas is going to score. Edmondson goes into second base, and we get another run.
Just like that, scores 4-0. Rivas with the great aggressive running that she had on that fly out to get to second. I don't know that she would have scored from first, so getting her over to second was great for Edmondson to drive her in. Another RBI for Edmondson, and then she takes a double.
Lauren Batson now to the plate. Edmondson on second, so another runner in scoring position.
Batson has flown out, sacrifice fly to move a runner, and also scored a run earlier in this game, and also has a single on the day. Great piece of hitting by Edmondson. She has a triple and a double on the day.
Batson takes a ball inside. Batson base hit to right field. Edmondson's going to round third. Fruit's going to hold her up. Wisely so.
Great call by Coach Frudenthal. Wow. But Edmondson with great wheels made a hard turn. Frudenthal saw that the play was cut off and thrown in, and he held her up.
I tell you, Fruit did a great job of getting down the line as a coach because he kept waving her on until he was able to read the play further. Then he realized, I need to hold her up. And he was so far down the line that his runner could see him the entire way.
Absolutely. You never want your last out to be at home with 2 outs. He wisely holds his runner up there instead of making a play to get a big hitter up to the plate.
The double play. Callan Griffin gets thrown out at first, and Edmondson tries to take home, and she's thrown out by at least a couple of steps. The catcher makes the tag, applies the tag, but the Lady Eagles just really not taking the foot off the pedal, trying to make some things happen. With the 4-run lead, we go to the top of the 5th inning. The Lady Eagles 4, Lady Bears nothing. Top of the 5th inning, Lady Bears with the top of the lineup, Alex Gibson. She has had a great day at the plate.
She has. She's had a walk and a single from the left side. She's both had good at-bats in both of those. One of them, I think she drove a ball just into the gap, was able to get on, so she'll be looking to get on again and see if they can get something going from the Davidson Academy side. Coach Frudenthal has the infield shifted in. The corners are in. Well, I guess second baseman and third base are in.
Change up just low. high center field. Brittany Edmondson back to make the play, 1 down.
You got to think if the wind wasn't blowing in so hard, that ball could have had a chance. It was hit well, but you just saw it keep climbing and slowing down, kind of like a pitching wedge into the wind.
Absolutely. Good analogy there. I love that. That's what my pitching wedges do.
Yeah, me too, every time. Usually landing with about 3 to 4 inches from
the cup. Yeah, me too. 1 down. Christiana Gable delivers the swing and a miss by Rembert. Tell you, Rembert's a slap hitter, but man, John, she's got some power.
She does. She turned on that one pretty heavy. Valerie Rivas playing all the way up to the circle of influence and circle of power. That's what you call it, circle of influence.
Circle of life, and it was 1-1 count. I'm sorry, 0-2 count. Strike 3, 2 down.
Second strikeout on the day for senior pitcher Christiana Gable. Comes at a great time. 2 outs without the Lady Bears even threatening. See, it seemed like every time the Lady Bears have something going, it's either with 2 outs or it's with, the bottom of the lineup. Positioning-wise, it's really been helpful for the Lady Eagles of Ezell-Harding to have those situations brought to them. And Gable and the defense of Ezell-Harding has cashed in every time.
I tell you, John, the past, normally when you look at our 12 state championships, one of our strengths was dominant pitching. And when I say dominant pitching, I'm talking 10 to 12 strikeouts a game. And if they put the bat on the ball, they were lucky. And Christiana Gable's not that kind of pitcher. She's a finesse pitcher. They're going to put the ball in play, but she mixes it up well enough to where batters just have a hard time kind of figuring out exactly what she's going to throw.
She really does, and that shows a lot of trust on her part for the defense behind her. You look at a Greg Maddox, or you look at I don't know any softball pitchers that are this type of pitcher, but you look at that type of pitcher, they really have to trust the people behind them, and right. Gable does that.
Base hit into right field, falls in front of Armstrong. Armstrong playing probably a little bit too deep there for a right-handed hitter, but it was a good piece of hitting. She probably couldn't have gotten to it anyway. It was a great piece of hitting. And again, John, another single, but a 2-out single.
That's right. Could be too little too late for the Lady Bears of Davidson Academy.
Brings up Darby Raines, the second baseman.
Raines on the day has a couple of flyouts. She's made contact both times, but has yet to reach base.
Pitch a little bit low. Foul down the left field line. Batson with a good attempt at it, and just out of her reach, but it was hooking foul. 1-1. John, these softball fields that we're playing on are converted men's fast pitch or slow pitch softball fields, 300-foot fences that they've brought in 100 feet to make it 200 feet fences. And that ball is deep down the left field line, and it's going to be hooking foul.
Call from the umpire will be foul.
Boy, she got a piece of that one.
She really did. The cleanup hitter Raines for Davidson Academy made great contact there, but it hooks just over the left field fence, foul. It sure does look good from our perspective, too. Not sure if you're able to see it from the camera angle that we have, but these balls look pretty coming into the outfield.
And I tell you, it's going to be difficult for the umpire to make that call because there are no foul poles. I mean, there's basically a fence. So a lot of times with a foul pole, you can tell whether it's hooking around the pole or not. And but that one was a good bit foul. So 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first. Darby Raines, the batter, looking to make something happen here for the Lady Bears. Up the middle, past Rivas, 2-on. I'm telling you, John, these Lady Bears are not going to go away. They've got a fantastic softball team.
They really do. They're hitting the ball so well in almost every occasion. They've been doing it with 2 outs. But again, they've got runners in scoring position. It'll be interesting to see what they do here with Coach Sweeney and the Bears. See if they try to pull the ball here, if we have a defensive switch for the day. Hoover up to the plate. She's had a ground out and a fly out on the day, but she's made good contact as well. Let's see what they do here.
The crowd chanting. It sounds like they're booing her, but it's Hannah Hoover, so they're hooing for Hannah Hoover.
She must be an owl.
She must be. I tell you what, she's a good-looking softball player. She's got a big frame, got a lot of power, and she could really make these things interesting here in the 5th inning.
She really could. She's just a junior, so we'll get to see her next year. A great-looking ball player. I know the fans and the other players for Davidson Academy are hoping she can put something in play here so they can get on the scoreboard.
0-2 count. Fouled up. Jenna Burnett camps under it, and the net is going to catch that one. John, it'll be interesting next year to see the makeup of this region as Battleground Academy comes into it, Good Pasture comes into it. It's going to be a different-looking region, and I'm glad those folks are coming in. It's going to give more competition top to bottom, but it's going to shake things up a little bit.
It really will, because you don't have the same teams that you faced for 15 and 20 years. Coach Freudenthal is going to be scouting new teams, but even more than that, they're not going to know his tendencies. They're not going to know what he's been doing for several years at Ezell-Harding, and as anticipated, they'll have great respect for him very soon after they play this Ezell-Harding team.
Christiana Gable delivers the 1-2 to Hoover. She drills it down the left field line.
That ball's going to be out of play.
Wow.
That ball had some velocity on it, Jason.
It did, and the people standing up against the fence on the other field are not even watching this game. Those balls can really come in with some steam. Ball comes back into play. Very helpful people around here at SportsCom.
Absolutely. The most important thing is, though, it's a 1-2 count with 2 strikes against her. She's going to have to do a little defensive hitting there and getting a ball that she can hit and put in play. And, of course, Gable's going to do her best to keep that from happening.
And it hits her on the knee. Bases are loaded now for Carr. Another opportunity, John.
It is. The pitcher could really help herself right now. She singled on the day and has a strikeout as well, one of the 2 strikeouts for Gable. Be interesting to see what Coach Sweeney and the Bears do here, if she's going to have her pitcher swing away, try to put a ball in the gap. Defensively, the Lady Eagles have been good all day with a few base hits, but be interesting to see what they do late in this game.
Carr to the plate. Takes the first pitch strike. Good job there.
The ball was on the outside corner, kind of upstairs a little bit. It's a great location there. You kind of get the idea that Carr is wanting to pull the ball, and there's no way she could have pulled that one.
Infield back, playing for 1. The pitch. Down the left field line. Smith on for the catch.
What a great catch by freshman Jamie Smith.
Bases loaded left again. That's 2 innings in a row for the Lady Bears. That has to be just gut-wrenching to have to see that happen back-to-back innings. So they leave bases loaded again. We go to the bottom half of the 5th. Lady Eagles with the lead 4-0. For the 5th inning, Lady Eagles at the plate. Christiana Gable will lead it off. She has been hot, John.
She really has. Looking at the stats over the entire tournament, only 1 time she's not reached base in this tournament, with a couple of walks on Tuesday and the big go-ahead double that she hit. I guess the go-ahead, she was the base runner that ended up scoring, but she sparked that big comeback against JCS Eagles. And how can we forget the bomb that she hit earlier in the 3rd inning over the left field fence?
Strike 1. Carr getting ahead. And really the momentum was kind of taken by the Eagles in the 3rd inning when Carr is pulled, Lady Eagles are able to get something going. Another base hit for Christiana. She's on fire, John.
She really shows the leadership that she has on this team. She has not had a bad at-bat this entire tournament.
Jenna Burnett to the plate. We have a base runner, Marcy Sneed, for Christiana Gable.
Marcy Sneed, another good freshman defensively, has played for us some in the outfield this year. Of course, in the state tournament, she's mostly doing courtesy running, but she's got a lot of wheels. She's great on the basketball floor as well. She's one that we'll see up and coming, making a big impact on this team in the future.
Burnett takes pitch outside. John, I saw something yesterday that I did not expect while they were taking BP. Marcy's up there taking her cuts, and she absolutely smokes a ball 250 feet, and it was a no-doubter. The wind was blowing out a little bit, but there was no doubt that ball was going. There's another base hit. So the Lady Eagles, back-to-back singles, brings up Ashley Reason over. I bet you he bunts Ashley.
I think he probably will. He's done that a couple of times after the singles by Burnett. He may do the same thing, or with this lead, he may say, let's put this thing out of the way and see if she can hit a ball deep. Burnett's had a great day. She struck out once, but 2 singles through the gap, both hit well, and she's been on base a lot today. We'll look to see here if Ashley Reason over, the senior first baseman, can catch in on this runner in scoring position situation.
She hits it to center field. Center fielder in, makes the grab, 1 down. Allison Armstrong to the plate.
Had that ball carried a little further or been hit to right field, I think he would have tried to send Sneed over to third to get another runner on third base, but with it hit where it was, wise decision to keep her at second. See if we can get Armstrong to move her over.
Armstrong takes first pitch high. Rivas on deck.
Armstrong, for the late part of the season, was nursing a hand injury. I know that she'd had some trouble with her right hand, but she looks to be good today and looked good Tuesday swinging the bat. So we look for big things from her over in that right field position.
John, she made a catch in the sub-state game that was one of the best catches I've seen in softball, baseball, it doesn't matter. She absolutely laid out and made a catch in right field. It was absolutely spectacular.
Real proud of her and her family. So glad that she's at Ezell-Harding in this year's class.
The off-speed pitch.
That should be an infield fly rule.
2 down. Just wasn't able to hold her bat back. The off-speed pitch just hits it off the end of the bat.
It did, and just like I said, the umpires do make a great call. They make the infield fly rule, a description of that quickly. Runners are able to advance at their own will, but the batter is immediately out with runners on first and second with less than 2 outs.
Rivas, second time she's hit. Now that one stings. That one didn't just graze off of her. That one hit her straight up. The bases are loaded. Rivas is going to check on her. She's a tough little girl, man. She is a soccer player, softball player, and I know that hurts, but she's tough as nails.
She sure is, and you come around Ezell-Harding for very long, you're going to see her. She's always got the 2 pigtails. She's always got a lot of spunk and pizzazz, and she is tough. She's a great student and
great personality,
absolutely. Man. She'll talk to anybody. She's a great young lady.
Samaya Shannon to the plate with 2 down, bases loaded. Lady Eagles with an opportunity for some insurance runs here in the 5th.
Back in the 4th, Shannon came to the plate with a similar situation, and she had a sacrifice fly. Good hit to center field, but it was caught by the center fielder. But this whole tournament, she has done well to make good connection. Let's see if she can get one to drop here in the 6th. Here in the 5th.
Shannon fouls it down the third baseline. She's got a lot of pop to her bat.
She really does. The junior out of Nashville.
She has seen most of her action as a designated hitter, and she drives that one to see if it falls in the gap. The right fielder has a beat on it. Center fielder breaks in front for the 3rd out, so that's a bases loaded lead for the Lady Eagles. We go to the top half of the 6th with the lead 4-0. Top of the sixth, Lady Eagles with the 4-run lead. 7, 8, 9 hitters up for the Lady Bears.
You wonder if Coach Sweeney is going to try to pinch hit and get maybe one of her reserves in to hit for one of these ladies nearing the end of this ball game. Probably will not have another at-bat for these ladies. It would be interesting to see if she makes a substitution. At this point, I do see number 1 Woodis up to the plate. Woodis has had a long single on the day, has been caught stealing. Had a good day at the plate, though.
Gable starts her off with the ball. If I'm not mistaken, the only free pass she's given has been a hit batsman. Other than that, I don't believe has she walked anybody, John?
She hasn't. She walked one in the second. No, she walked one in the third inning, leadoff hitter.
Ball out of play, 1-1 count. Defense on their toes, ready to make a play. You got to have that, John. You have a pitcher that throws as many strikes as Christiana does. You've got to have a good defense behind you, and so far the Lady Eagles defense has come to play.
Yeah, they've held opponents to no runs today, and against Jackson Christian, just 2.
Ball inside, 2-1.
We need to give a big shout-out to catcher Jenna Burnett. Jenna's called a great game behind the plate. She's worked well, and you can see her working all the corners with senior Christiana Gable. What a great day for her defensively.
Slap hit, single. Bears have something going here. And, John, they have had something going the last 2 innings, and we've just been able to stop them right before they start crossing the plate.
It's that bend and don't break philosophy, it seems like, and I don't know if that's what Coach Friedenthal has designed, but that's what's happened. Really, the metal's been tested here for the Lady Eagles today, and in all situations, they've been able to shut down these Lady Bears before they get across home plate.
Swing and a miss for Alana Anderson.
Anderson today has flown out and reached on an error. She was able to hit the ball up the middle and bounce between the legs of senior Christiana Gable, able to reach on that.
Ball fouled out of play down the right field line. Actually, it was in play, but just out of the reach of Valerie Rivas. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Gable way ahead in the count here. Let's see if she gives her something out of the strike zone, see if she can fish for a swing, or if she goes off speed and see if she can get out ahead.
Popped up. Callan Griffin will make the grab. 1 down.
Runner holds at first with that infield fly.
Brings up Hannah Thompson. Hannah looking to make something happen here to get them back. They want to get to the top of the lineup again with runners on. Corners are in for the lefty. Middle infielders are playing at regular depth. And it is slapped to Rivas. To Griffin. Just difficult with the short bases. Difficult to turn the 4-6-3.
But a great attempt otherwise. Great play by Valerie Rivas to cut that ball off. She had a chance at the tag, but wisely pulled the ball in, made the flip over to 24, the shortstop Callan Griffin, to make that play.
And great to get the lead runner there, holding the runner here now at first with 2 outs, and the leadoff Alex Gibson, the center fielder, to the plate.
Gibson, another great day at the plate. She singled and walked and had a fly out, but she's a slapper too.
Callan Griffin on the run, 3rd out.
Great play there.
Bottom of the 6th. She just makes it look smooth.
She does. She's got great range, got a great arm, and just like that, with 1 inning to go, the Lady Eagles of Ezell-Harding are in the driver's seat. We'll be right back.
lead off for Brittany Edmondson. She gets a double, and the errant throw to second base lets her move over to third base. So, John, this is the opportunity when you put it away.
It really is. What a great day for Brittany Edmondson, center fielder. She's tripled, a couple of doubles. That one's going to be ruled as a double with an overthrow, and she'll take third on that one. But nearly batting for the cycle for her today. What a great showing she's had at the plate.
I tell you, Alex Gibson had a good beat on that ball just out of her reach, but she just about made that great catch. Lauren Batson, that's probably not going to be deep enough. The right fielder comes in, makes the grab, and Edmondson stays at third.
Again, good piece of hitting for Batson, the senior leader there, knowing exactly what she needs to do. She put a ball in play, trying to get it to the outfield and not quite able to do so. But you could tell she was trying to sacrifice again and get that runner home.
So Callan Griffin to the plate. Ryan Carter out here bracing himself. Pitch low. I tell you, John, for all the people that you're going to scout, you've got to scout somebody like a Callan Griffin. And so one of the reasons why she may be in a little bit of a slump is that teams have scouted her and are trying not to give her pitches that she can handle.
She has been thrown away from all tournament. She has not received a ball down the middle, but timing more than anything. She's been way ahead of the pitchers, ripping balls down the third base line and even foul. We'll see if she adjusts here.
Goodness gracious.
She adjusts, but just foul. She knocked that ball almost to the right field fence of the field next to us. That ball was moving.
She smoked it. But she did a great piece of hitting. It was 2-0. She was going to sit on her pitch. She did find her pitch. She just hit it foul. 2-1 the count. There it goes opposite way. The right fielder makes the play on it and just not able to get to it. 2-2.
You know, that scares the pitcher. When you see a hitter knock the ball clear over the fence, foul on the left side, and then come right back and go opposite field almost as deep, she's just a complete hitter. You see everything out of her. Very proud to have this young lady at Ezell-Harding and playing for us. Great character, young lady, great spirit about her. Could not say enough great things about Callan Griffin.
2-2 to the shortstop, and she's not going to be thrown out. She's safe. Edmondson she wasn't going to get thrown out at home. Smart play there by Edmondson to hold up because you've got Christiana at the plate, and you've got a hot hitter. You don't want to. I mean, she's going to have a good opportunity to drive her in.
Absolutely. You think here you don't want to have a double play ball. You see if Coach Frudenthal will pull a double steal here and have Gable take the first pitch and see if he's moving Griffin or if he holds and lets his senior leader Gable make a play here.
He will probably move Griffin. She's got good speed, and at the very least, she's gone, and there's not even going to be a throw. So great job of coaching there by Frude. Christiana with the take. And now she has two runners.
She does, and that ball was ruled a ball, and so with a 1-0 count, you got to expect Gable's wanting to put another charge in a ball.
2-0. So again, you've got a great hitter, way ahead in the count. You know Fruit's giving her the green light.
Absolutely, and she's not looking for a gapper here. I think she's going to swing away.
I'm putting my book down, and I'm getting ready, John. Off the end of the bat, no infield fly. Catch is made, 2 down.
You know she wants that one back. It looked good off the bat, but she didn't catch it cleanly. So it's a fly out to the second baseman. Great defensive play there, which will bring out 2 outs for the catcher, Jenna Burnett.
Jenna had a base hit to right field her last time up.
2 singles on the day and a strikeout, so she's had a great day as well from the left side of the plate.
Foul down the left field line again and onto the field.
Can't say enough good things, though, about the facilities that we're playing at. We appreciate the great people of Murfreesboro and Sportscom for letting us use these great facilities. It's been a great tournament so far. I know we're looking for great things to come.
John, there are a lot of fans, not just here at our game, but if you look at these other fields, it's packed full of people, and that's just great to see.
It really is. A lot of people coming to support their teams and others. Softball is alive and well in the state of Tennessee, so it's great to see.
Jenna Burnett behind in the count 0-2. She continues to foul it down the left field line, staying alive. 2 runners on, a good opportunity here.
I think we've run out of balls. Sure enough, field umpire, third base umpire looking for that ball that was hit out of play. between Gable and Burnett, they've launched enough balls out of the park that they're having to keep the one that they've got in play.
That's right. Good eye there by Burnett.
Burnett's another one of those players that we see often up at school, after school hours, early in the morning, taking cuts on the weekends. There's no doubt that this young lady has worked for her position and worked for the great success that she's had. So we just want to say again how proud of her we are.
Well, you know, these girls, even after this tournament's over, you know, these girls aren't through. Their summer ball just starts. And, you know, a lot of these girls play, you know, 50, 60 or more games during the summer. So you have to really love to play the game of softball to play it as much as they do. The 2 strikes and gets her with the pitch, moving away from her for 3 strikes, 3 outs. Lady Eagles are 3 outs away from making it to the championship game here in the TSSAA Division IIA state tournament. We'll be back. Top half of the 7th inning, the Lady Eagles are 3 outs away from a return trip to the state championship game, where they would be 1 win away from their 13th softball state championship. John, that's just a number that's staggering to even think about.
It really is. You talk about dynasties, you talk about a program, and Coach Frudenthal and this Ezell-Harding softball team has done that, and they're continuing to do so. You have to expect, watching this game today and the other games we've seen, that these are going to be the 2 teams that are in the championship either way. Unless the Bears can get something going, it's going to be Ezell-Harding for sure, and then the play-in game will happen this afternoon between the other 2.
Christiana leads off this inning with the first pitch strike, and you know that the instructions to her were throw the ball across the plate, make them put it in play, let's get 3 outs, and move on.
Absolutely. Up to the plate, the catcher, or left fielder, sorry, Rimbert up to the plate. Catcher's on deck.
Center field, Edmondson back for the grab. The wind just held it up, like you said, John, just like the pitching wedge in the wind for the first out of the inning, which will bring Peak to the plate.
Great range there by the sophomore Brittany Edmondson. Good range to get back. They had everybody playing up, expecting a slap. When that ball went over her head, she was able to make a great play on it. And just like that, Gable has already done the scouting report, pointing over to left fielder Jamie Smith, saying the ball's coming your way because it has all day. Peak has hit the ball well all day to the left side. Jamie Smith, we know, with great range, ready to make a play here. Callan Griffin, shortstop, almost to the grass, playing this deep.
Ball outside, 1-1 the count. Sun is really beaming now, John. It's starting to warm up.
It really feels like summer, doesn't it?
It does. But these Lady Eagles are not ready for their summer to begin. The base hit up the middle. This game it's never over, John. I mean, 4 runs. You know how quickly those things can happen.
It can get out of hand quickly.
Absolutely.
Great piece of hitting there by Peak. She's had a good day, flown out and grounded out, but also had a couple of singles. So a good day for her in the state tournament.
1 down, 1 runner on. The number 4 hitter, Darby Raines, the second baseman, to the plate.
Raines has singled on the day and a couple of flyouts, but she's made connection every time. Has not missed in any of her attempts at the plate. So Coach Sweeney and the Bears looking to do something here.
The changeup called strike.
Great pitch there. That ball looked like it was going to be upstairs, but with all the velocity taken off, drops right in there for a strike.
Most of her changeups today have been not for strikes, but have just been for effect to get them to chase something. That one fell in for a strike. Nice stop over there by Reasonover just to knock it down, because that would have been an extra base. But a good aggressive thinking there by Burnett.
It was. I like that. Burnett's keeping the runners close. The last thing we want is a strong hit and run situation and getting those runners moving. She's keeping that runner close to the base there.
1-2 count. Center field, Edmondson. She's got it. Two down.
What a great day today for Edmondson. Played great defense. Only one ball's gotten by her, and she's made great plays. She's reliable. The entire outfield is reliable. Hard to get a ball down. Just like that, Callan Griffin gives her the sign. 2 outs. This is what it comes down to. I got to stand, Jason. This is second out. This is a big moment. I think that this is where we wrap this game up.
That's what fans do. The fans stand with 2 outs.
That's right.
2 down, 1 out away from the championship game for the Lady Eagles. Christiana Gable delivers. Fouled back. Hannah Hoover.
Yeah, good-looking third baseman. She's flown out a couple times, but had a hit by the pitch in the last inning. I know they're looking at her leadership to try to get them back in this game. Gable, of course, doing her best to keep that from happening.
Gable delivers low. 1-1. You got to like your chances here, John.
You really do.
Two outs.
2 outs, 1 runner on the base. We're facing 6, 7, 8 after this.
Out here to Smith, who's got the grab. And ladies and gentlemen, Ezell-Harding makes it to the finals of the state tournament, which will be played tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. And you better believe we will be here broadcasting live at 10 o'clock. We will post the link as soon as we can get it on the internet on our Facebook page. But if you are not on our Facebook page, if you'll go to tssaaNetwork.com/Ezell-Harding with no hyphen, that will bring you live coverage of tomorrow's championship softball game at 10 o'clock. Should there need to be a second game, I can't remember what the time is, John.
I believe it's going to be 4 o'clock, but we'll make sure that we get that announced early. For that. A couple big stats I want to bring up. I think maybe the player of the day could go to several ladies. Great defensive by the whole team, but hitting-wise, Brittany Edmondson's had an incredible day at the plate with a couple of doubles and a triple. She scored multiple times. Let's not forget Gable's big home run in the third, and she's been on all but 2 times. Great hitting today by Jenna Burnett, by Batson, all the ladies across the board. They've all looked really good. A great team effort for this win.
And that's the sign of a good softball team, where you're not just looking to say, hey, this girl had a good game. Across the board, the Lady Eagles softball team is just playing some fantastic softball. And I'm going to tell you, John, this is the 3rd game in a row that Christiana Gable has shut out the Lady Bears, and that is no small feat. So we are going to head to tomorrow's championship game at 10 o'clock. Please join in. We'd love for you to be out here in Murfreesboro.
Absolutely, come on out.
Come out. We have a great crowd today. Would love to have a great crowd tomorrow. So we'll try and spread the word to get as many people out here as we can. But if you can't make it, please tune in live at 10 o'clock tomorrow on our broadcasting EHCS network. Until then, this is Jason Charlton along with John Sullivan, and we wish you a